If I was asked to build a web design business startup kit with all of the essential tools that you need to build a web design business, these are the ones that I would personally recommend. And in fact, these are the exact tools that I use to build a six-figure web design business. So let's go ahead and jump into the whiteboard, talk about each tool, how much they cost, and what it is that they do for my business. So I'm actually going to break this down into a few categories. The first category that I want to talk about is delivery. So these are the tools that I actually use to deliver websites to my clients. Now, generally speaking, you're going to need two tools. The first one is going to be some sort of design tool, design, and then the second one is going to be some sort of development tool to actually build the websites, development. Now, for the design tool, it may be a little primitive to some other web designers out there, but I love it. I love this tool so much. And the tool that I use for design is Canva. Canva, Canva. So I design all of the graphics that go on the websites that I build out for my clients within Canva, and then I develop the actual website using Go High Level. So again, Canva over here, we use it for graphics. And then over here, Go High Level, I use it to build the websites. And the way that it actually works within High Level is I have my main account. So main account. And then underneath the main account, I have what are called sub accounts for each of my clients. So I write sub accounts, accounts. And then within those sub accounts is where I build the website for my client. So I build the website out for my client and then I give them access to the sub accounts. I'll give clients access to the sub account where they could then in turn access their website. And then once I'm finished designing it and deliver it to them, they could go in, access their website, edit it if they need to, and everything else. But another main reason that I use Go High Level is because of the CRM feature inside of it. So not only are they getting a website over here, but they're actually getting the websites plus a CRM. And with the CRM, I'm actually charging monthly for the CRM, and so I get recurring revenue. So recurring revenue. And I typically charge $97 a month for that. And this $97 a month right here has been absolutely gold to me. It is such a great revenue stream that I highly recommend everyone doing. And it's one of the main reasons that I use Go High Level to build my websites because it's super easy to resell it and then start getting some sort of recurring revenue from it. So those are the two tools that I use. Canva costs, I want to say about, let me see, I think I wrote it down here. Yeah. So about $15 a month it costs me. And then my Go High Level account cost me about $297 a month, which to some it may sound like a lot and totally understand if you're just getting started. But again, to me, the benefits of Go High Level and what allows me to pay for that $297 is the recurring revenue that I get over here on this side. Again, recurring revenue is gold in a web design business. So anything that you could do to get some sort of recurring revenue, I highly, highly recommend doing so. So those are the two tools that I use for my web design business. Canva to design all of the graphics, Go High Level to actually build up the websites. Plus, I also give my clients a CRM service that allows me to build recurring revenue. And that's what I use from the delivery standpoint. Now, I want to talk about category number two, which is project management. So, project management. Because as you continue to grow your web design business, you definitely want to have some sort of system in place to make it super easy to bring on clients and be able to deliver the service to them. And so the main project management tool that I use is a software called Service Provider Pro. And this is commonly referred to as SPP. And you could go to spp.co to look at the service itself. And so this tool actually does a lot of stuff for me from a project management side. Let's go ahead and put this in red. So the first thing I do with inside of SPP is create checkout links. So checkout links. If you've heard me talk before, you know that I believe in having a productized web design service with some sort of fixed price already attached to it. That way, I'm not constantly having to give custom quotes or create proposals or having to create invoices or anything like that. Like to me, I absolutely like when I first started my web design business, I hated creating invoices, sending them out, and then having to wait for them to either pay it or end up ghosting me or something like that. I thought I just didn't like it. And so to me, in my web design business are a big no. I'm going to cross that out. So in place of invoices, what I do is I create a static checkout link, which is always going to be the same. And so whenever I need to collect payment from a client, I just send them that static checkout link where they could again check out and continue the web design process. So I use SPP, Service Provider Pro, to create the checkout link. And so this is almost kind of like the flow that I go through whenever I land the client. I send them the checkout link. After I send them the checkout link, what SPP also does is it acts as a questionnaire. So questionnaire. Hopefully I spelled that correctly. But whenever I have my web design projects, I always have them fill out a quick questionnaire, which is about 10 or 11 questions in order for me to gather all of the information I need to build the websites for the clients. And so SPP has that feature within it where I could create a form within SPP. And it's super automated. So after they go to the checkout link and pay, they will automatically see the questionnaire or the form that they need to fill out for me to gather the information. So that's the second thing it does. The third thing that it does for me is it allows me to collect or allows the client to upload their logo, photos, and videos. So again, similar to getting just some basic information from them through the questionnaire, I also have to collect material from them, which is oftentimes going to be that logo, any photos that they want me to use on the website, and any videos that they want me to use. So actually, as a part of the questionnaire or the form that they filled out, there's some fields on there where they could go ahead and directly upload the logo, upload the video, and put links to YouTube videos, which I usually recommend that they upload those to like a Vimeo or a YouTube and just send me the direct link. That way I could put that on their website for them. So that's the next thing it does. After it does all that stuff, which is pretty much taking care of the client, it notifies me and then it also handles task management. So task management. So after I get all the stuff I need to do, again, I'm very productized and templatized in all of the services so I offer. So I have strict tasks that I do for each and every one of my projects. And to ensure that I don't miss anything, SPP has a task management simple platform on there where I'm just checking boxes, making sure that I'm doing everything that I need to do. And then the next thing that it does, which I love, is client communication. So SPP acts like a client portal. So again, they fill out the questionnaire, they upload their information. I see the tasks that I need to do, but I'm now also able to communicate with the client within that portal. And so everything is streamlined and unified in one place. It's not like I have files over here or questionnaires over there and communication over there. Everything is in one place. So whenever I have an update for the clients, I actually use some quick like email templates or snippets that are already pre-written within SPP. Click a few buttons, it sends it out to the client using some merge fields to put their name or any other information that I need to, personalize to them. And makes it super quick for client communication. So to me, from a project management standpoint, like I could not live without SPP. I cannot live without Service Provider Pro. It is one of my favorite tools to use, and honestly, highly recommend it for any web designer, especially if you go the productized route and have a productized business. So that's the tool that I use. And SPP cost me, let me see my notes, $129 a month, which to me, worth every single penny. That is the tool that I use. And then I also have here on my notes, let me go ahead and make this green. For checkout links, SPP connects to Stripe. So Stripe is the tool that I use to get any payments technically. I connect it to Stripe. I technically don't ever go to like stripe.com or actually go into that platform. It's all done through Service Provider Pro. So that is what I use to collect payments. And then the only other tool that I would add to the project management that I use would be Google Workspace. So I use this for a lot of reasons. Communication, people email me. The Google Drive folder, I use it a lot as well. So that's the two primary things I use. But SPP, I would say, is my primary project management tool that I have. Perfect. Oh, and let me go ahead and put, I believe Google Workspace cost me about like $7 a month. I want to say give or take. So $7 a month, Service Provider Pro 129, and then over here Stripe. They don't charge a monthly thing. It's more of a percentage off every sale that they do. And don't quote me on this, but I want to say something like 2.9% off of the sale plus like 30 cents or something like that. But I don't really think about that. So Service Provider Pro, Stripe, and Google Workspace. And now let's go ahead and go on to the third category of tools that I use, and I'm gonna call this the sales category. This is where we make our money, and it's one of my favorite tools. And honestly, all of these are my favorite tools, but I love this one as well. And the tool that I use is Zoom. And Zoom, I believe, cost me approximately, I want to say like $17 a month, give or take. But I use Zoom for two reasons. One, for one-on-one strategy calls, and two, for webinars. And these are the two conversion mechanisms that I personally use to close all of my web design clients. So I'm either selling them one-on-one via Zoom, or I'm on a webinar where I'm giving a training. At the end of the training, I'm pitching my web design services. So I use Zoom pretty much all day, every day for sales as well. And beyond sales, I actually also use it for some sort of client communication. So client communication as well. And this would just be stuff like I find it way easier to jump on a Zoom call when I'm connecting, like, say, their domain name to their website and getting that all up and running. So anytime I need to do something super quickly and easily, I'll jump on Zoom with the client. But I primarily use it for sales. That is the name of the game. Zoom has made me a bunch of money. And now the last category that I want to talk about, last category that I want to talk about is lead generation. And for this, I'm actually going to go back to one of the tools that I already talked about because I also use it for this, and that is Go High Level. So Go High Level. So what do I use Go High Level for when it comes to lead generation? So for me, first thing that I use it for is for my funnels. So I build all of my funnels, and I talked about this in the past about the three types of funnels or certain types of funnels that I recommend having, such as a lead funnel, webinar funnel on it. So I use it to build all of my funnels. I also use it for email and SMS marketing. So anytime I send the email newsletter out or I communicate to my clients via SMS for marketing purposes, I use Go High Level for that. So funnels, emails, and I want to say one more thing that I use it for is, do I have it here on my notes? Is that it? I think that is it. Yeah, so funnels, email, marketing, lead generation. And this is the same, again, platform that I use for the development of my website. So it's the same $297 price point that I have. And so to kind of recap all of the tools I use Canva to design graphics. I use Go High Level to build the websites. I use Service Provider Pro as my main project management tool. I use Stripe, which integrates with that to collect payments. I use Google Workspace as well. I use Zoom for all of my sales calls and webinars. And I use Go High Level to help me with lead generation, which is going to be funnels and email and SMS marketing as well. Oh, and the other thing that I forgot about High Level that I remember now, I use it for calendar. So anytime someone needs to schedule an appointment with me in order to get on my sales call or whatever it is, Go High Level has a calendar feature on there, super similar to like Calendly or TidyCal that you use, so people could schedule. So those are all the essential tools that I recommend using for your web design business. And if I did my math correctly, all of these total to about $465 a month in tools, but for me, worth every single penny. And now I want to talk about a final category here, actually, which is going to be like a bonus category. So, bonus, these are the tools that I would put kind of like in the growth category. And so, this is when you go from just being a solo operator to having a team helping you out run your web design business. And I found two super essential tools to help me with that. The first tool is going to be called Scribe Pal. And this tool is an SOP tool or a tool that allows you to create SOPs. Again, I run a productized web design business, and I believe SOPs are one of the most important things that you need to have for your business. That way, there's no mistakes whenever you have team members, and they know exactly what it is that they have to do every single time. I use ScribeHow to create all of my SOPs. It's a plugin that you install on your desktop computer, and you basically just walk through whatever process that you normally walk through, clicking all the buttons, going through the exact pages. And ScribeHow is recording your screen, taking screenshots of it, and then they create a cool, beautiful document that outlines the exact steps that you just took. And then you edit that a little if needed, but it creates a beautiful SOP for you. And I believe that cost me about $29 a month. And I use this some months on, some months off. I usually create my SOPs, and if I don't need it, pause it for a bit. And then if I need to create a new SOP, I'll jump back into it as well. but super important for scaling your business. And then the final tool that I recommend is Slack. And I believe this one's about $10 a month or something like that per user. But this is just a communication tool for internally with my team members as well. I found this super easy. It's just an app on your phone that you use, and you're able to instant message your team around the world. And those are all the tools that I use within my business. Again, this final category is kind of like more of a bonus category for those who are moving from being a solo operator to having a team member. And yep, that is the web design business startup kit that I recommend, all of the tools that I recommend and that I personally use for my web design business. And I'm kind of curious if there's any tools that you absolutely love in your business. I am like obsessed with finding the new coolest tools, which is sometimes a problem for me because, shiny object syndrome. But I am curious if anyone has any really cool tools that they use for your business, go ahead and comment down below. I'd love to check them out. And with that, my name is Fernando. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.